Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome students. This is our lecture number 25, and the topic of our this lecture is differential equation of driven motion with damping. It means that some external force, driven motion mean some external force applying on the system, and we also see that in a case of forcing function, this forcing function is named as here the driven function. When driven force acting on a system, then the system changes from homogeneous to non-homogeneous. Okay, here driven motion represent the forcing function. Here some forcing function introduced on the differential equation or on or our system. So now we proceed how we can use this. This is our last topic of this chapter. In this way our lectures comes to, our course comes to end. In the next week lecture I solve some other question relating to this, and in our last week we will try that how to make a revision of our lectures, the topics which we feel that it is difficult to understand, then we choose that topics in our as in our lectures. So we start here differential equation of, here the topic is spring mass system driven motion. When this driven motion applying on a differential equation, then its name become differential equation of driven motion with damping. Suppose that an external force F of t acting on a vibrating mass on a spring. Suppose that an external force F of t acting on a vibrating mass on or a spring. F of t could represent a driven force causing an oscillatory vertical motion, of the support of a spring. Vertical motion mean let's say if I draw this, then you see this is a fixed support, and this is our spring, and this is our mass which is hanged with this spring. Okay, here we see that the inclusion of F of t in the formulation of Newton's second law of motion gives the differential equation of driven or forced motion. Then we see that m into d square x over dt square is equal to minus kx minus beta dx over dt. This is called our Newton second law of Newton. This is called our second law of Newton, and this is our driven force which we introduce in the system. When we write this in this form, d square x over dt square is equal to minus k over mx minus beta over m dx over dt plus 1 over m f of t. Okay, we write it as d square x over dt square plus beta over m dx over dt plus k over mx is equal to f of capital F of t. This total term change into a new function f of capital F of t. Now again we substitute some replace some variable with other variables. The beta over m is equal to 2 lambda and k over m is equal to omega square, and similarly I am telling you that 1 over m f of t is equal to capital f of t. Now we see this equation takes the shape d square x over dt square plus 2 lambda dx over dt plus omega square x is equal to f of t. And this is well known non-homogeneous second order linear differential equation. This is called non-homogeneous second order linear differential equation. And now a point arise on its solution, that how we can find its solution. And it is very easy that you also know that how you can find the solution of such kind of systems. You have one method that is called the undetermined method, and the second is called the variation of parameters method. These two methods are available for solving such kind of differential equations. So I am writing here, for the solution of such non-homogeneous differential equations we use number 1 undetermined coefficient method, and number 2 is variation of parameters method. And with these two methods you are very much familiar. Here we see an example relating to this system, how we can solve this. Interpret and solve the initial value problem. Interpret and solve the initial value problem. Interpret mean how much mass this system has. Number 2, how much damping force acting on it, and what is the spring constant here. And similarly another thing, that you tell the frequency, you also tell the angular frequency, and similarly you also explain the time period of to complete one vibration. Here the system is 1 over 5 d square x over dt square plus 1.2 dx over dt plus 2x is equal to 5 cos 4t. Here the mass is 1 by 5 slug. Here the damping force is 1.2, and here k is equal to 2. So and 5 cos 4t, it is our forcing function, the value of the forcing function. And with initial condition x of 0 is equal to 1 by 2, x prime of 0 is equal to 0. First of all we solve it as a homogeneous form, then we take its non-homogeneous form. Solution: given differential equation is 1 over 5 d square x over dt square plus 1.2 dx over dt plus 2x is equal to 5 cos t. Here d square, when I am multiplying this equation by d square with 5, then I get d square x over dt square plus 6 dx over dt plus 10x is equal to 25 cos 4t. Here d square x over dt square plus 6 dx over dt plus 10x is equal to 25 cos 4t. When we write it in its differential form, it is written as d square plus 6d plus 10 into x is equal to 25 cos 4t. The characteristic equation is d square plus 6d plus 10 is equal to 0. And here I am using the quadratic formula and substitute their respective values of the parameters. B is 6, A is 1 and C is 10. So when I substitute this and simplify this, I get minus 6 plus minus square root 36 minus 40 over 2. When I subtract 36 from 40, I get minus 4, and its square root is 2 iota. Minus 6 plus minus 2 iota divided by 2, when I divided it by 2, I get minus 3 plus minus iota. So you see here the roots are complex in nature. So the equation of motion in this case is x of t is equal to a cos t plus b sin t into e raised to the power minus t. Now using initial conditions, x of 0 is equal to 1 by 2, put t is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1 by 2 in equation number 1. So when I substitute this, it is equal to 1 by 2 is equal to a cos 0 plus b sin 0 e raised to the power minus 3 into 0. So a is equal to 1 by 2. Differentiate equation 1, we get x prime of t is equal to first as it is into the derivative of second minus 3 e raised to the power minus 3t plus second as it is e raised to the power minus 3t and the derivative of the first, that is minus a sin t plus b cos t, and say this is equation number 2. Now using the second initial condition, x prime of 0 is equal to 0, x prime is equal to 0 and t is equal to 0. When we substitute this at the place of x prime 0 and t is equal to 0, you see here cos 0 is equal to 1, so a remains here, and b sin 0, it means sin 0 0, this term goes to vanish, and here e raised to 0 is equal to 1, so here is minus 3. When we simplify this, we get minus 3a. Here we see e raised to 0 is equal to 1, then again when we solve this, check the value of sin at 0, it becomes 0, this term goes to vanish, and the remaining is b, as you know that cos 0 is equal to 1. So minus 3a plus b, minus 3a plus b. I take this b towards this, and this takes the form of the equation b is equal to 3a and the value of a is equal to 1 by 2, it is equal to 3 by 2. So b is equal to 3 by 2. Hence the general solution of equation number 1 is x of t is equal to 1 by 2 cos t plus 3 by 2 sin t into e raised to the power minus 3t. This is the solution when a system is simply a homogeneous system, and a system is a homogeneous system. The reason is that how we can make the difference between the solution of a non-homogeneous and a homogeneous. Okay, and through this I try to complete my solution in this way that don't try to mix two solutions with each other. Here, no, I try to solve this a non-homogeneous differential equation using forcing function. X of t is equal to, here general solution is in a case of non-homogeneous differential equation, x of t is equal to xc plus xp, as you simply find that y is equal to yc plus yp, mean the characteristic solution, the general solution contain the characteristic solution and the particular solution. I named it this a star equation. So xc is equal to, as we find earlier, that is a cos t plus b sin t e raised to the power minus 3t. This is equation number 3. Now we try to calculate the particular solution, that is equal to xp is equal to 1 over d square plus 6d plus 10 into 25 cos 4t. This 25 is a constant term taken outside from the from this operation. So I write it as 25 into 1 over d square plus 6d plus 10 into cos 4t, and you know that where there is a trigonometric function, you take the coefficient of its angle, then you take square this and multiplying with negative sign and substitute at the place of d square. So I am writing here d square is equal to minus 16, 1 over minus 16 plus 6d plus 10 into cos 4t. When I simplify this, 25 into 1 over 6d minus 6 into cos 4t. This 6 I take common and written as 25 over 6 into 1 over d minus 1 into cos 4t, 25 over 6, and here I rationalize this, d plus 1 over d square minus 1 cos 4t. Again I substitute d square is equal to minus 16. So you see here minus 16 I am writing here, minus 16 minus 1, that is equal to minus 17, and I take it outside from this operation and multiply it with 6. Then I multiply this cos 4t with this capital D and 1, d cos 4t plus cos 4t. When I multiply this, I get minus 25 divided by 102, and when we take the derivative of this term, it is written as minus 4 sin 4t plus cos 4t. Hence equation number star becomes x of t is equal to a cos t plus b sin t into e raised to power minus 3t minus 25 over 102 into minus 4 sin 4t plus cos 4t. Now you use the initial condition at this solution. Okay. Now x of 0 is equal to 1 by 2. Put t is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1 by 2 in equation number IV. You see here 1 over 2 a cos 0 plus b sin 0 e raised to power minus 3 into 0 minus 25 over 102 into minus 4 sin 4 into 0 plus cos 4 0. As you know that this term goes to vanish and this term also goes to vanish. So we write it as a minus 25 over 102 and cos 0 is equal to 1. So I write it as 1 by 2 is equal to a minus 25 over 102. When I simplify this, I get a is equal to 38 over 51. 38 over 51. Now differentiate equation number 4. X prime of t is equal to a cos t plus b sin t into minus 3 e raised to the power minus 3t plus e raised to the power minus 3t into minus a sin t plus b cos t. For the second condition, I am taking its derivative and write it as in the form of equation number 5. Put x prime of 0 is equal to 0, here t is equal to 0 and x prime is equal to 0 in equation number 5. So we get, after substituting their values, when we simplify this, we get 0 is equal to minus 3a plus b plus 25 multiplied by 16 divided by 102. Here I substitute the value of a and then I simplify this. I get 0 is equal to minus 114 over 51 plus b plus 200 over 51. Then I find the value of b. After simplification, b is equal to minus 86 over 51. Hence the general solution of the non-homogeneous differential equation is x of t is equal to 38 over 51 cos t minus 86 over 51 sin t e raised to power minus 3t. I am writing here the values of a and b here. Minus 25 over 102 into minus 4 sin 4t plus cos 4t. This is our required answer. Now we move towards, in this topic another name is given, that how we can we see its application on how we can solve the series circuit analog. How we solve the analog series circuit, in which you also know that in your DLD program and your physics and in your intermediate physics, you also see the such type of circuits, LRC series circuits, inductance, resistance and capacitor series circuit, and such type of equations we also solve in a linear form. We solve such type of questions in linear differential equations. Many different physical systems can be considered be a linear second order differential equations similar to the differential equation of force motion. Force motion means the driven force or the force that is applied on a system externally. Here in series circuit, this force is taken as the battery. Okay, the EMF force. This equation is written as m into d square x over dt square plus beta into dx over dt plus kx is equal to f of t. Say this is the equation number 1. If I of t denotes the current in the LRC circuit, electric circuit as shown in the figure. Here I am drawing a figure. These two parallel lines represent the capacitor, and this is called the resistant, and this is spring type shape, that is called the inductance, and this is called our EMF, electromotive force source, or we say the battery. Okay. Then the voltage drop across the inductor, resistor and capacitor. By Kirchhoff's second law, the sum of these voltage equal to the voltage E of t impulse on the circuit, that is, and you also see that how we can write these equations in this form, because in circuits there are currents and charge are present there. L into di over dt plus Ri plus 1 over Cq is equal to E of t. This is called equation number 2, and you also familiar with when we solve circuits equation in linear first order differential equation modeling. And we know that I is defined as the rate of change of charge per time, rate of change per charge per time, charge per time. So equation number 2 becomes L into d over dt into dq over dt. I am substituting the value of I here, plus R into dq over dt plus 1 over Cq is equal to E of t. When I simplify this, it is equal to L into d square q over dt square plus R into dq over dt plus 1 over Cq is equal to E of t. In our first order linear differential equation, we are not solving direct LRC circuits. We solve LR circuit or RC circuit or LC circuit. We solve there three types of circuits: LR circuit, RC circuit or LC circuit. Here we solve LRC circuit. When we solve with a combination of three things, inductance, resistance and capacitor, then second order differential equation generate. If E of t is equal to 0, then electrical vibration of the circuit are said to be free. There is no external force acting on the system. Damping of electric circuit based on the factor if third is written as L into d square plus Rd plus 1 over C into Q is equal to E of t. Then its auxiliary equation is d square plus Rd plus 1 over C is equal to 0. Okay. And remaining part we see in our next lecture. Till then, यहाँ पर मैं थोड़ा सा इसको उर्दू में भी एक्सप्लेन कर दूं। यहाँ पर जो सीरीज सर्किट आपके पास एनालॉग में है वो हमारे पास LRC सीरीज सर्किट्स कहलाते हैं। हमारे पास LRC सीरीज सर्किट्स कहलाते हैं हमारे पास। L जो है ये इंडक्टेंस आपके पास है, R जो रेजिस्टेंस और C जो है आपके पास ये कैपेसिटर्स। और यहाँ पर ये बताता है कि बहुत सारे हमारे पास फिजिकल सिस्टम ऐसे हैं जिनको बयान किया जाता है कि लीनियर सेकेंड ऑर्डर डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन की फॉर्म में, जैसे हमने बयान किया है डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन को फोर्स मोशन की फॉर्म में डैम्पिंग फैक्टर के साथ, डैम्पिंग इफेक्ट के साथ। तो जैसे हमारे पास इसकी होती है डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन ऑफ फोर्स्ड मोशन विद डैम्पिंग, तो उसकी हमारे पास इक्वेशन जो है वो इक्वेशन नंबर 1 की फॉर्म में यहाँ पर लिखी हुई है। और यहाँ पर कहता है कि अगर हमारे पास एक करंट जो है डिनोट किया जाता है द करंट इन द LRC, IT जो है वो डिनोट करता है करंट को LRC सीरीज सर्किट के अंदर, इलेक्ट्रिकल सर्किट के अंदर। जैसे ये दिखाया हुआ है, ये आपके पास इंडक्टेंस का साइन है, ये आपके पास बैटरी है या इसको EMF फोर्स कहते हैं, और ये हमारे पास कैपेसिटर है, और ये आपके पास क्या है, ये रेजिस्टेंस है। तो यहाँ पर बेटा हमारे पास ये कहता है कि तो वोल्टेज जो है हमारे पास यहाँ पर ड्रॉप होती है सर्किट्स के अंदर, क्योंकि जब करंट फ्लो करता है हमारे पास इंडक्टेंस में से, कैपेसिटर में से, रेजिस्टेंस में से, तो वोल्टेज जो है वो ड्रॉप करती है अक्रॉस द इंडक्टर, रेजिस्टर एंड कैपेसिटर। इन तीनों चीजों में से वो डिफरेंट कॉम्बिनेशन आप लोगों ने पढ़े हुए, सीरीज सर्किट भी होते हैं हमारे पास, पैरेलल फॉर्म में भी होते हैं हमारे पास। तो इस तरह हमारे पास वोल्टेज जो है ड्रॉप होते हैं, और वोल्टेज को ड्रॉप करने के लिए सबसे अच्छा मेथड हमारे पास है वो है किरचॉफ सेकंड लॉ। किरचॉफ सेकंड लॉ, तो इसमें हमारे पास आपने इसके मेथड ही पढ़े हुए हैं। वोल्टेज के ऊपर बेस भी करता है और सम के ऊपर भी बेस भी करता है। फिर इसकी हमारे पास ओरिएंटेशन होती है, क्लॉकवाइज जो है ये फ्लो कर रहा है या एंटी क्लॉकवाइज फ्लो कर रहे हैं। तो इसके अंदर हमारे पास ये है कि द सम ऑफ दीज वोल्टेज इक्वल टू द वोल्टेज, और वो किसके इक्वल होता है हमारे पास, वो बैटरी की वोल्टेज के इक्वल होता है जो कि उस सिस्टम के अंदर अप्लाई की जाती है या फोर्स की जाती है या वो एक्सटर्नल फोर्स के तौर पर जाहिर की जाती है। L इंटू, और इसको हम फिर लिखते हैं इस तरह, L इंटू डी आई ओवर डी टी प्लस आर आई प्लस 1 ओवर सी इंटू क्यू इज इक्वल टू ई टी। यहाँ पर एल जो है आपके पास इंडक्टेंस है, आर रेजिस्टेंस है और ये कैपेसिटर है। और ये हमारे पास फर्स्ट ऑर्डर लीनियर डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन के अंदर पढ़ चुके हैं। तो ये हमारे पास है डी आई ओवर डी टी, यानी कि फ्लो ऑफ चार्ज पर टाइम। और हम जानते हैं कि आई क्या होता है हमारे पास, फ्लो ऑफ चार्ज पर टाइम। तो इसको हम इक्वेशन नंबर 2 में आई की जगह डी क्यू ओवर डी टी सब्सिट्यूट करते हैं। ये देखें, ये सब्सिट्यूट करने के बाद हमारे पास ये इक्वेशन फाइनल बन जाती है हमारे पास। और यहां पर कहता है कि हमारे पास इफ ई ऑफ टी इज इक्वल टू 0 देन इलेक्ट्रिकल वाइब्रेशंस ऑफ द सर्किट आर सेट टू बी फ्री। क्योंकि ये हमारे पास अनडैम्ड हो जाता है, हमारे पास ये फोर्स फ्री हो जाता है, इसके ऊपर कोई एक्सटर्नल फोर्स जो है वो अप्लाई नहीं होती। और अगर हमारे पास जो है इक्वेशन नंबर 3 में अगर उसको हम लिखना चाहें तो अगर ये बेस्ड करे किसी फैक्टर के ऊपर, एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर के ऊपर या फोर्सिंग फंक्शन के ऊपर, तो इसको हम क्या करेंगे, हम लिखेंगे इसको डिफरेंशियल फॉर्म में। तो वो लिखा जाएगा एल इंटू डी स्केयर प्लस आर डी प्लस 1 ओवर सी इंटू क्यू इज इक्वल टू ई ऑफ टी। तो उसकी एक्सिलरी इक्वेशन ये बन रही है आपके पास। इसको मैं नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में भी रिपीट कर दूंगा ताकि आपको ये चीज क्लियर हो जाए कि किस तरह इसको सॉल्व करना है हमारे पास। ठीक है, बाकी कर्चीफ रूल्स आपके पास हैं, वो आप लोग अपनी किताबों से पढ़ भी सकते हैं, नेट से उसको देख सकते हैं। ठीक है, दूसरी वीडियो तक के लिए इजाजत। ओके, टेक केयर, अल्लाह हाफिज।